Good morning, and today we're going to find a use for this leftover spaghetti squash. So, just a little FYI in the background, you will hear the dishwasher going. My husband went ahead and started it first thing, and we're just going to roll with it because there's things that needs to be done, so we're not going to stop it for the video. So, if you hear that, that's the dishwasher. And just a quick little funny about that is years and years and years ago, we bought one, and name brand, very very expensive. It was like $800 for a dishwasher, and it gave out within 4 years. And the pump, when we went, I'm not even gonna lie, a couple of years before we had someone to come out to look at it. We just hand washed the dishes, and then when the tech came out a few years ago and looked at it, he was like, well, it's the pump. And I think it was $100 for them just to come out. And when he did the estimate to change the pump, now remind you, it was a two pump dishwasher. It had two separate pumps in it. And one of the pumps that he could tell was had gone bad. And it was going to be over $300 to replace the one pump. And that was no guarantee that, once that was replaced, that the second pump wouldn't go out or something else would go wrong with it. So, needless to say, we decided to give him the $100 service fee for coming out, and we purchased a Amana dishwasher, and I think it was like a little over $300 back then. I don't know if it was 3 years ago. Don't quote me. I think it was 3 years ago. And is it a little bit louder than the one that we had? Absolutely. But it cleans dishes like a beast, and it just, it just goes, and goes. So, yeah. And he even told us, it doesn't matter what dishwasher you usually get within about 3 to 5 years is, when you start to have trouble out of them. So that's why we went with a less expensive brand. So yeah, we're going to get started on this spaghetti squash. And I was really, really, really trying to decide what we should do with it. If we should put in the air fryer, if I was going to do it sweet or savory. And I think we're going to make it a sweet spaghetti squash. Now, this spaghetti squash has already been cooked. It was cooked in the oven. It was just sliced and placed face down at the pieces was whole, like the one in the back right hand side of the screen. And if it was cut into circular pieces like that, we just brushed those with a little bit of, actually I was cooking bacon at the time, and we just went ahead and brushed a little bit of the bacon grease on it so that way it wouldn't dry out. Now, when spaghetti squash cooks, it will release its own natural liquids. So you don't have to, do anything to it, or we don't. We just put in there, let it cook. Now, if we're going to, say, use it for a pasta dish, we'll do the same thing. We'll go ahead and let it cook. Take a fork, because it gets really soft. As you can see, it looks like strands. I get close to it. This is cold out of the refrigerator. You just take a fork and then a strand, and then you add whatever pasta sauce, Alfredo sauce, marinara sauce you want, sausage, pepperoni, hamburger, whatever you like, cheese, just like you would a regular spaghetti or chicken Alfredo. We've made chicken Alfredo with it. We've made quote-unquote spaghetti with it. We've made quote-unquote lasagna with it, with cottage cheese in it. But today I have got my mindset that I want to try a sweet spaghetti squash, because we like sweet potatoes. And it's got like a mild flavor. It doesn't really have much of a distinct flavor. It's very mild, not like a sweet potato would be, or a yam. So let me grab a fork and show you just what the strand looks like before I have my husband get it out and put it in this bowl. And I'm going to do a small serving of it because I'm not going to waste ingredients if I don't like it. So we're going to test it out and see what it tastes like. Okay, we got a fork, and we're just going to show you how easy it is to see how it just, and there's no, see how it pulls away. Let me go back some. And I'm just lightly, just lightly raking that. Let me grab this one over here. I'll see how it's just a light little pressure, nothing. But what I'll do is just have my husband rake, because he'll be much quicker at it. He'll rake that into the bowl or pull it away from the sides, and then we'll add some toppings to it. Okay, that's what 2 of them scraped out with the fork looks like. So there is 1 left. And we're going to get the toppings together and see what it tastes like. Okay, after much thought and consideration, I think we're going to put some cinnamon, nutmeg, butter, raisins, and I put these here because this is pretty cool. That's our local honey. Turn that label around there. Our local honey. And as you can see, look at the different colors. Now this one here is the, when I was usually using in like teas and stuff, because it's crystallized, which is still good. It's just more of a sugary, grainy texture. And we've had that one for a while, so if we're going to bake something or, you know, put in something where it dissolves, like say tea, then we will use that one. This one here, these 2 are liquid honey, but, or, you know, like regular honey that people are used to seeing. But look at the different colors, and it's all in where the honey, you know, the bees get their pollen from. But you could just tell the difference, especially one in the middle is really dark. Now this one here, one with the X on it, that honey we use very sparingly. The beekeeper that we get it from, he has sent it off for testing because the honey has a natural mint taste to it. It actually, you could taste mint in it. So they're trying to figure out, you know, what kind of, I guess, that's not correct. What kind of plant that they get the pollen from to be able to produce that honey. So that one we're hanging on to, and we'll scoop out a little bit and eat it just raw instead of adding it to, like, you know, pancakes, waffles, etc. So today I'll be using the middle one on the spaghetti squash. Okay, there it is with the butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, and raisins on it. Now I will not add the honey until after it comes out of the toaster. Yes, I'm going to put in the toaster to heat up, and because I do not want to kill out the, you know, natural minerals and vitamins and all the good things that's in honey by cooking it. So we will do that at the last step. Okay, we're back. Now it was in the air, not why I keep wanting to say air fryer, probably because we use it so much. It was in the toaster for about 5 to 8 minutes. The reason why I said that because we went ahead and added 2 strips of bacon in there because it was already cooked and prepped in the refrigerator. So we thought, why not? And so opening up the door, we left it in there a little bit longer. it's already cooked, so we didn't want it to be, you know, blazing hot. Kind of like if you were eating oatmeal, how you have warm oatmeal, same concept. We just want it warm. So now we're just gonna dip in that honey there. Very careful not to try to get it over the side, because it'll make it hard when he goes to open it. All right. I was trying to focus. It doesn't know what to focus on. There it goes. I don't know why I'm being so quiet. I guess that's because it's so pretty. I'm going to put a little bit more. Moved a little quicker that time. Oh, that's going to be good and sweet. Oh, yeah. There we go. And we're going to give it a try and see what it tastes like. Okay, guys, that is totally delicious. Now, if I had to compare it to some, as you can see in the background, bacon has joined the party. But that reminds me of a sweet potato that was baked with, you know, how you put raisins or brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg. Same concept, but the spaghetti squash is really, really, really mild. It's got a very light flavor to it, but this is a definitely do again. And I'm gonna jump off here so we can make the other half, because that's not going to be enough for both of us. And I hope you enjoy watching. What are you having for breakfast, lunch, or brunch today? Thank you.